Right, good morning folks, welcome to my YouTube channel, and also welcome back to July's ABR UK 12-month challenge. This month it's the Yorkshire Dales, and I'm currently just entering Kirkby Lonsdale. So you can go down there to the left. That's mostly where cars tend to go, even during weekdays as well as weekends, but the bikes tend to congregate down this next left turning, as I'm sure many of you will know. And the benefit of this bit down here is that on the weekends and also bank holidays, there's some sort of local bylaw or something that prevents or prohibits cars from parking. So as you can see there up ahead, loads and loads of bikers. Very, very popular place. And they don't appear to be curating a space there, so I shall have to turn around. Very popular with police bikes. You get a lot of cops here, marked and unmarked police vehicles. Right, I won't stop there, it's a bit busy, but yeah, I've always been intrigued as to why that was called Devil's Bridge, and according to Google, if you're going to rely on Google, folklore has it that many centuries ago the devil appeared in the village of Kirkby Lonsdale and put a proposition to the villagers. The devil supposedly said that he would build a bridge over the river there in exchange for the soul of the first to cross the bridge. So the villagers, being a bit cunning, said, yeah, we'll go along with that. So the devil conjured up a bridge, made a bridge, whatever, however the devil makes a bridge. And when the bridge was complete, the devil then approached the villagers and said, right, I'm going to call in my debt now. I want the soul of the first to cross the bridge. So the villagers thought, well, we're not having any of that, we're not sacrificing any of our townsfolk. So what it's rumoured that they did, the villagers, is that they threw a loaf of bread over the bridge, which in turn enticed one of the dogs from the village to go chase the bread, and consequently the first to cross the bridge was a dog, and the devil took the soul of the dog, and the devil then supposedly retreated back down to hell, having been thwarted by the villagers. So that's the tale. Read into it what you will. Could be a load of old trollop, or maybe it's true. We will never know, will we? So I had to turn the camera back on again here because this scenery here and the view is just absolutely stunning and breathtaking. Not a lot of people use this little single track road. It goes through towards Dent and then on towards Hawes. But it's certainly worth taking when the weather's good like this. It's a very pleasant route, beautiful scenery. I'm sure you'll agree. Little babbling brook. The public footpath there, just over the little stream. Very nice. Right, I shall press on. So I've just turned the camera back on here. So we're just going down this descent. Takes you to a T-junction, and eventually then shortly after there we're going to a little village called Dent. Beautiful little village, very friendly people. Bit of a, I think there's like an agricultural heritage place there. Cafe, campsite. It's quite a nice place. So watching out for any rapid moving vehicles up here, or pedestrians, like that chap there. You can even tell sometimes if there's a vehicle coming, even if you can't see around the corner, because you might see a shadow suddenly being cast across the road. Can't rely on that obviously, but it is a bit of a giveaway sometimes. So I take a right here, as I said, towards the village of Dent, which it says is 3/4 of a mile away. I know sometimes people that live in these areas take it for granted and they think, oh, there's not much here, blah blah blah, you know, where I'd much rather live in a city. A lot of people would give their arm and right leg to live in a place like this. Absolutely idyllic. Nice row of cottages there. Oh, we'll just get out of the way of this tractor. You see, you've got to be mindful of these things. I don't have a reverse gear on the bike, so you've got to plan well in advance for what you're going to do. So yeah, Dent Village Heritage Centre, 1/4 of a mile. So you've got a campsite there, Millbeck campsite. And High Laning Farm caravan and camping park entrance. I was going to risk riding through, but I understand the lady that runs it is very strict, so I won't risk it. So this is the village of Dent. The Heritage Centre and Museum there. I might even just see if I can get a quick photo here. I'll turn the bike round. Should have thought about that, I suppose, really. Right, we'll have a quick ride through the village. Some very narrow cobbled streets here, probably exactly as it used to be 100 years or so ago. But these cobbles are a little bit treacherous in the wet weather. They're not right good now. Very narrow in places. So we've got a sign there, Hawes, Ingleton, etc. And we're going to Hawes, I believe. Poor little dead bird there on the road. Dent stores. Right, 4.5 miles. Continue on this road. So this chap in front of me just came out of the camping area up at Dent, all laden up. Right, so I'm just dropping down into Dent here, so I'll just give you a quick whirlwind tour through the village. Show you what it has to offer. We've got Wensleydale cheese factory, very popular. I've been there multiple times. You get some samples of food and you go in the shop. I don't know if they still do that after COVID, but they used to do. And then obviously you can buy old cheese at reasonable prices, but in bulk. It can make good value for money. I always used to like the caramelised onion, very tasty indeed. Check there, that's clear. So we're in Hawes now. Cheap petrol there, 1.76 a litre. I shall be filling up there before I disappear. So yeah, very popular with bikers here, as you can see, huggins of them, most of them outside Chippy. Shrek there, I'll try and get a picture of Shrek on the way back. Not every day you see Shrek in Hawes, is it? Not quite sure why this car's slowing down as much as it is. My God, I don't think they could go any slower if they tried. So that's Hawes here. Didn't expect to see Shrek at Hawes today. I thought he came on a Sunday. Right, I've taken a picture of Shrek at the pub. So I shall just show you the cheese factory. So here we go, Wensleydale Creamery. You got that shop there, and there's a visitors experience place on the right hand side somewhere. Plenty of parking. But it is popular with bikers. You get quite a few bikers coming here. Got a nice cafe inside, a little bit pricey as usual with these farm shops, but it's not too bad. An old Ford Escort there. Through the one-way system on the way out, watching out for pedestrians. But yep, definitely worth a visit if you've got time. Pop in, buy some cheese, support the local businesses. Right, on to the next destination, which I'm pretty sure is Keld, maybe? I'll double check on that, but it could be. Yeah, next week, Monday and Tuesday, there's a red weather warning, so weather bikers are just taking this opportunity this weekend when it's pleasant but not overbearingly hot to come out. That would make sense, because next Monday and Tuesday they've given forecasts out for this area of like 35 degrees, which as pleasant as that might sound, it's not really when you're trussed up in your bike gear. What have we got here? Right folks, I thought I'd turn the camera back on, seeing as how we're going through such another wonderful area. Still heading in the general direction of Keld, but it would appear from the signs that we're going via Kirkby Stephen, which I think was one of the waypoints anyway. I'm totally blind when I come up in this area, I don't know it too well. I know where Tanhill is and Hawes and Settle and places like that, and Malham, but any of these other little villages and towns, I've no real idea where they are at all. So I've just changed the battery over on the GoPro, so hopefully this will last me best part of an hour. I haven't got my external battery pack in today because I've just got a different type of jacket on, and it doesn't have any breast pocket where I normally stick my external battery pack, which is a bit of a pain having to keep changing the batteries, but I'll manage. I'm not going to be out all day. So Kirkby Stephen, the Upper Eden Valley, or in the Upper Eden Valley. Let's just have a quick browse here. Yeah, it's sort of saying that you can take a left further on, half a mile, so I'll do that. Seems daft getting here and then not having a little ride through it. How do you do? Got the solar panels on the roof there. That'll be sucking some energy in today. Right, so we've just gone through the village of Shap and we're just heading towards Keld now. There's a sign here. Does imply it's a dead end. Keld Thornship. Let's have a look anyway. We're not far away, so even if I have to turn back, it's not a biggie. So we're quite high up here, not too far from Penrith area. And back to the old traditional single carriageway, single track roads rather, not single carriageway. Trying to peek around the corners before I reach them. But again, it's all breathtaking views around here, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. So Keld, please drive slowly. I certainly will. So like I said, it sort of gave the suggestion it was a no-through road, this. So if I just stop here, put my next destination in, which I'm not even sure what it is. Let's have a quick look at the map. There you go. So this will get me to Tanhill. What do I need to do? Make a U-turn. Alright, so there's a surprise. So go down here, just see what there is. let's see where this road takes me. You're okay, little lambs. Yes, it would have been a shame to miss this bit. Although, having said that, oh no, I thought it was just telling me to go up there. It's bloody hell, it's grass going up towards a bridge. So no, I'm on a road apparently that runs parallel to this. This one here. So when it says it's a no through road, it's not really a no through road, is it? Oh. Private road, no unauthorised motors, vehicles get badly damaged on this road. Okay then, so it is a no through road. You wonder, don't you, whether they've just put those signs up to prevent people using it, but never mind. Okay, I'll go back the way I came. At least I've had a look and explored. But no, there's no point going down a road that's private, is there? Just watch out for these sheep again, because these are a bit skittish. They won't get the traffic on here that they do on other roads. I'm not going to hurt you. You were a bit skittish when I came up. So yeah, very nice place, Keld. Right, back up to the main road and then on towards the Tanhill Inn. Catch up with you shortly. Right folks, yeah, so I've turned the camera back on. We've obviously, you've seen Keld. Come down the M6 very briefly, come off at one junction, junction 38 I believe it was, and then headed towards, or back towards Kirkby Stephen, because we've obviously already been there once, and still heading towards the Tanhill Inn, which it claims is about 20 minutes away. So this is the village of Natesby, Westmoreland Dales. Take a left. Ah yes, I do recognise this actually. That's a proper narrow road, isn't it? Some of these sheep here are just so laid back, it's unbelievable. Howdy do. Howdy do, howdy do, howdy do. Oh, we've even got some paragliders up in the distance. I'm sure the camera hasn't picked that up yet, too far away probably. do like coming to the Tanhill. It's a lovely place, especially when the weather's like this. Get a nice cool drink, just sit outside and chill out for half an hour. And what's not to like about this scenery? How do you do? So you might be able to see the paragliders now, or the wind sails, whatever they call themselves. Dead ahead, I can see 3 of them. You don't often see them airborne, do you? Normally they're struggling to get the thing in the air. Nice one. He's going to let me pass once I see that it's clear. Thank you. Alright, try and keep my eyes on the road. This is a bloody steep hill coming up here. Yeah, there's a car park at the top. I bet that's where they're taking off from. Can't see anywhere else. It's such an elevated position where they'd be able to unload a vehicle. So here we are, Yorkshire Dales National Park. Welcome to Richmondshire. We have sort of, even since I set off, we have crisscrossed a little bit into Richmondshire and back out again on a number of occasions. Oh, just stretch my legs off a bit. Get some fresh air. How do you do? A couple there having a nice picnic. You certainly see more of that these days, post-COVID. People seem content, just come up into the countryside, park up and just chill out. You can't blame them, can you? You know, I mean, what's not to like around here? Old ramshackle house there. The sheep probably use that as a shelter in the bad weather. As far as the eye can see, nothing. Nothing but green hills and mountains. Yeah, it's quite breathtaking. That's a bit of a moth-eaten sheep. The courteous car driver. Thank you. I always say thanks. Show a sign of appreciation. They've gone out the way, haven't they, to help me and to assist me to enjoy this little ride out more than I would do if I was stuck behind them. So the least you can do is say thanks. They're not wavers or nodders. Ignorant. That's a nice place to do a bit of camping. I'm convinced they should be having a fire, with the grass being as dry as it is currently. But yeah, I've never seen that little water bit down there before from this angle. Somebody doing a bit of camping. I'll just pull over here, just take a look at this rock face. Find somebody suitable just to put the side stand down. This looks alright. No, maybe not. But yeah, hopefully the camera's picking that up. So again, the sheer white cliff face there. I think there'd be some fencing on top, wouldn't you? I'm sure there will be, to stop sheep and so forth dropping over the edge. Right, is my camera still clear? It's good enough. Right, off we go again. That's a bit much. You know, you've got to ask, haven't you? Are your eyes ready for that? 4 miles to the Tanhill Inn. Right, there's a very precarious right hand bend coming up here. It's bad enough coming down it. Let's see what it's like going up. I think it's definitely going to be a first gear job. Keep the revs on. Not too bad at all, that. We've got another one here though. You can't see if anything's coming until you've committed. Sorted. So much easier to do on a lighter bike. So we're at 1,220 feet above sea level so far, so you're quite high up. And they've just decided to stop. We check the sheep's alright, not overheating. Oh yeah, hopefully the camera's picking that up. Beautiful landscape. Couple of tractors out there, 3 tractors, just doing a bit of work. You alright? You are okay. That's okay then. Go back to your little shelter. Good spot for a photo, this actually. Right, on we go. Where are we at now? 16, 19, 5 minutes away, theoretically. You wouldn't think you were within 5 minutes drive here, would you, of a pub? Because you can't see bugger all. Not just that, but you just think, well, who'd put a pub up here? Surely they won't get any business. How wrong you would be. I can get to that, can't I? Easily. Leave those sheep in peace and carry on to the pub. I suppose one good thing about this bike is the exhaust isn't too noisy, but it's noisy enough to perhaps encourage sheep to just get out of the way if they're that way inclined. so I'm not spooking them when I'm right on top of them, like you might do with a quieter bike. Who remembers that old advert? I can see the pub from here. There it is, folks, the Tanhill Inn. Looks extremely busy. So whether I'll be able to get anything to eat, I'm not queuing for hours waiting for a bite to eat, but I'll certainly get a drink. Beautiful up here, absolutely stunning. Right, where can I abandon the bike? Maybe not there, I'll stick it over here, I think. You don't mind if I park next to you, do you? You don't mind if I park next to you, do you? Yeah, yeah. Right, so that was the Tanhill. Absolutely heaving. Gorgeous weather there today. Have I fastened this up? Yes, I have. So I wasn't sure whether I was going the right way there, but I am. Yeah, so I'm heading towards Reeth now. But there is a little bit of a stop off I'd like to try and do down here, if I feel confident enough to get the bike down. I saw something on a Richie Vida video yonks ago now, where he came up here with one of his mates on a bit of a ride out, and just further down here on the left hand side there's like an old building of some description, a bit of a track going down to it, and you could ride down to it. I don't know, just thought have a little explore. It's not too far, it's only possibly 100 yards, if that, a couple of 100 yards from this road. But I did attempt it once before when I came up here, probably last year, but there were police buzzing around because of COVID, and there's no point drawing attention to yourself, so I avoided it. But yeah, shouldn't be an issue today. So do this, and then, like I say, head down towards Reeth. Sat-nav reckons it's only 20 minutes away as the crow flies. And then from there back to Hawes, and then on to Settle. Doesn't say you can't come up here, does it? Let's see what there is. Well, it's a dead end anyway, as these things usually are. Although having said that, there's a cyclist gone through. What does it say? Ground nesting birds, dogs on leads, fire risk. But yeah, whether that does lead onto a byway, or it is a byway, not a byway, a boat, I have no idea. But I will not abuse it and push my luck. Right, continue on to Reeth. That sheep's not silly, is it? Hiding there, sheltering itself behind a wall. Well, this is that place I was talking about a few moments ago. It's just a derelict building, isn't it? But you can ride down to it and go over the bridge. So that's what I shall do. So I wonder what this used to be for. Nobody's going to hurt you. See if I can get a photograph here of the bike on the bridge. It's a bit of a wobbly bridge. It's got big concrete plinths on it. So the beauty of having waterproof boots is that I can do a bit of wading . Alright then, home we go. Try not to drop the key here through the lats or the slits in the bridge. That would be difficult and awkward to retrieve. Alright, off we go to Reeth. I will get there eventually. Sheep are causing a bit of a traffic jam there. Just over a mile outside Reeth. So this is the town of Reeth. I think there's a nice what's the word, sort of village green here. See if I can get parked up. I shall take a left. And we'll come up the other side there, I think. Clear behind me. So just leaving Reeth. So sat-nav says take a right, but I have a funny feeling that there's a bit of a shortcut. Reeth Bakery, there's some lovely pork pies there, or they used to do. I'm just going to have a quick ride up here. I seem to remember there's a bit of a route that you can take that goes basically over that hill there. But I might be mistaken. It could be miles out my way. No, maybe my memory is playing tricks on me. I'll turn around. No, I'm right, you know. I think it's picked up the other route a mile further on. Oh, nice smell there of food. Somebody's having their lunch or the tea cooked. I can't visualise what this turn off looks like. But anyway, like I say, I've got it on the sat nav anyway, half a mile away. But yeah, from memory, it takes you up over some moorland, which is quite remote. Up some steep hills, bits and bats, but it cuts out a big corner. And it might be interesting. Going to be better than travelling on the main road. Alright, this one here, Askrigg. 7 miles. The Swale Trail. No idea if it's clear that way. Apparently it was. Nothing's hit me. I think the last time I did this it was probably on my GTR, and that is going back a few years. So there's about 5 miles of this. It does open up a bit if my memory serves me correctly, onto open moorland. Crazy rabbit. Another rabbit down there up ahead of me, just on the bend. So I'm sure the locals use this a lot, but I bet a lot of tourists don't, because they won't know it exists. Shelter there for the sheep. There's even chairs in there, benches. Wonder if that used to be a bus stop years ago. Can't really imagine a bus coming on here, but you never know. In years gone by. Now that's a view worth paying for, isn't it? Look at that. Definitely out in the middle of nowhere here. There's a lot of debris on the road, and I'm not talking just little pebbles, big chunks of stone. I haven't passed a soul on here yet, either walking or a vehicle. All there are sheep. Bloody hell, just looked at the altitude, still climbing, 1,656 feet above sea level. I bet they're as shocked as I am to see somebody. Look at all the crap on the road there. It's obviously washed down, isn't it? During some heavy rains. So a quarter of an hour away from Hawes. I'm probably going to fill up there, the cheap fuel, and then get to Settle. Looks like there's a sharp left-hander coming up. A very sharp left-hander. Not convinced that's the right way. I'm going to carry on. That's more like it. Onto a proper road. 1/10 of a mile up ahead. Oh, another rabbit. Don't run in front of me. I see where I am. Came down here earlier. One in 4 this. 25% gradient. Oh, it's actually saying left, but I need to go right here. I'm going to Hawes, not Leyburn. Not sure which direction sat-nav were trying to take me. Howdy do. A lot of KTM riders out today. So left here, Hawes 4 mile. So yeah, not too bad. Done 177.5 miles since I set off this morning. That's pretty good going. And back into the town of Hawes. Old Chevrolet truck. So I'll go back up through that little shop area, up the cobbled street. I'm still amazed by how many people sort of give this bike a second glance. I mean, it is a nice bike, don't get me wrong, but it's certainly not, I don't think it warrants the attention it gets, but clearly I'm wrong. We've got a bit of a queue here for the fuel. Right, so I've just filled up there at Hawes. That was complicated. Certainly get a bit of a queue on there, and it's quite problematic. Anyway, right, so Settle is my next waypoint. So I'll probably just film for a few seconds here, or a minute or two, and I'll catch up with you when I get closer to Settle. Oh, down there we've got Ribblehead Viaduct. Hopefully the camera will pick that up as I get a bit closer, if you can't see it already. Just over there to the right. Yes, I wish I could get the bike down there. Potentially you can. Maybe I'll have to inquire with North Yorkshire Council, see if they'll grant me permission to go down there for some photography on the bike. So we're on the B6479, and I think this route takes you virtually all the way into Settle. Just under 20 minutes away. So we don't seem to have any golden hour yet, do we? Where that nice crisp warm glow usually appears. I don't know, is it too early? Maybe it's too early yet. 7 minutes to 6 in the evening. Maybe that'll come in about an hour's time or so, which hopefully by then I should be home. Here we've got that warm glow. Golden hour. Sun's breaking through the clouds. And free of charge, it's giving my film a nice warm fuzzy feeling. If the camera's picking that mountain up to my left hand side, that's Penny Dent. So we're just coming into Horton in Ribblesdale now. Forth and Settle. Follow the road round to the left. Yes, hopefully that cafe will still be open here in Settle. I don't think it will be at this time though. It's 6:10 now. It's a shame is that, because I could do with something to eat. Just to put me on. If not, I'll have to wait till I get home. Alright, so Naked Man Cafe is closed, but it looks like there's a cafe down there. I'll see if I can get something. There's a deli bar there as well, sandwich bar. See what there is, although that looks closed. I'm sure I'll get something from somewhere. Right, catch up with you all in a minute. Right, I'm just going to leave Settle now. Head to the next waypoint. Not quite sure what it is, but it's in the general direction, I think, of Malham. It might even be Malham. So I'll head off that way. Yeah, unfortunately the cafe there that I normally go to, the Naked Man or something, the old Naked Man, was closed. But it is after, is it now? It's 6:30 now, so it's hardly surprising. So yeah, just had to get something from the co-op. So I'm not too sure if I'm going to make 2 videos out of this challenge for July. If I do, then obviously this one will say part 1 on it by the time it comes out. But if I've got not a lot of usable material from it, then I'll just combine the 2 days riding, today's and what I'm going to do next week, probably on Wednesday when it's cooled down a bit. Combine that into one video and just put the one video out before the end of the month. So yeah, either way, hopefully you'll have enjoyed it, or them, if there are 2. Right folks, I'm going to wrap up this video part 1 now. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, I'd appreciate it if you'd consider leaving a comment down below. I do read every single comment and I do respond to every single comment. Likewise, if you've just stumbled across my channel and you like the style of videos that I do, again, much appreciated if you'd consider subscribing, click the notification bell as well, and then that way you'll be notified when I put out each and every video, and in particular part 2 for this video. So thanks folks for watching, and take care, and I'll catch up with you next week when I put out the next video. Ta-ra for now.